What's going on, everyone? So, usually in the Scream franchise, you get two Ghostface killers. There have been exceptions and outliers, right? Obviously, Scream 6, it's a whole family, right? You got three of them. And then, obviously, in Scream 3, it was just Roman, although there was probably somebody else, right? You watch that movie, it doesn't work or make sense unless there's another killer. Like, Ghostface literally teleports, right? Literally. But question is how will they approach the upcoming Scream 7? How many killers will be in Scream 7? And in particular, right, can they get away with one killer in this film? Now, I don't think you can have the necessary kills and story for just one killer. The way Scream usually is kind of, the target is usually kind of baited in. The only way I think one killer works is if they go about it the way Scream 5 did, where there was no play tactics, right? It was just Ghostface getting in and out, right? Like, you saw Wes just get surprise attack, Vince, surprise attack, Judy, surprise attack, right? There was no, let me funnel somebody to the back door and then the other Ghostface, right? Like, think of like Billy and Stu and, and the opening scene with Drew Barrymore, right? And you add Case Becker, get taken out. And it was, which door am I at? The truth was there was somebody at both doors, right? Can't really do a lot of the stuff that we've seen in previous films. And then you kind of get what happens in Scream 3, where it just kind of seems like it doesn't really make sense. Like, how did Roman, fake his death, put makeup on while Ghostface is running around taking people out? Like, certain things just don't line up timeline-wise. And I understand, like, time is kind of irrelevant, right? Things are happening at the same time, but you're seeing scenes separately, so kind of feels like it's different times, but really it's at the same time as the previous scene, right? You're just seeing two different perspectives. I get all that, movie logic, all of those things, right? There's a lot that goes into that. But if they go the sort of cult route, right, I think they can get away with one killer reveal, but there needs to be confirmation that there are multiple killers, right? So I think what you could do is have something where, the movie takes place and ensues, right? And then at the end, when you have the big reveal, right, Ghostface takes the mask off or whatever, you have just maybe that one killer that they have to dispatch and dispose of, right? They handle business, they take care of that. But then we know that, he's just one of many cult leaders, right? Maybe you get some dialogue in that process of like, you think it's just me? Like, no, this is only the beginning type thing, especially since we know Scream 8 is coming out. I imagine Scream 7 is going to have some, I could see it maybe being conclusive to an extent, but there's going to be some type of, cliffhanger or something that bleeds into Scream 8, right? They have to. So to me, I think what you could do is something where you have the killer reveal at the end. It's only one killer, but really he's just kind of the patsy right now. He's just the one that got caught, and there's still a bunch of killers, right? And then they go to dispose of that killer, and it's revealed that like, you think it was just me, right? Like, no, right? There's much more coming, right? There's much more in store for all of you, yada yada yada, right? And then that kind of has the stand, and now hey, the Ghostface army is coming, so to speak, right? I think that could be an approach, because again, I worry that if you were to do something with just one killer, I think that, like, if we knew that there was only one killer, right? And whether they do the cult route or whatever, but it's just kind of revealed that he was going solo. I just worry that you're going to look at that movie and most of those scenes and most of those kills just won't make sense, right? Because it's like, okay, like, he was here, but they went over here. So like, how did he get over there? Right? Like, it's basically what happened in Scream 3, right? But if you had another killer that was secretly involved, right? A lot of people think Angelina was that, which I do think is the most realistic, that or Kincaid, right? Like, Angelina or Kincaid are the two that people most likely associate as like would have been the other killer. Which Kincaid would probably be an interesting route. But to me, Angelina's death was just very interesting, right? You didn't really see her die. She's just kind of laying there. She's an actress. She's the only one that gets dragged away. Like, tinfoil hat on. Call me crazy. But I digress, right? My concern is that you just start to have this Scream movie that doesn't quite make sense, which some people don't care. Some people, and look, Scream 3 has become more and more beloved as the years have gone on. But it would have made a lot more sense if there was another killer, right? Now, I do think, again, if you have, which supposedly Ghostface is supposed to be more darker, more tactical, right? Like a brutal Ghostface. I do think you can get away with that depending on the kills, right? Again, Scream 5, I think you could have gotten away with just having one killer because all of the kills were very calculated and precise, right? The only one that really got away was Tara, but that was purposeful, right? They wanted Tara to get away, right? Like they weren't supposed to go. She was supposed to be attacked but lived, while to lure Sam back to Woodsboro. That was the plan. That was the idea. And that's why she ended up surviving. But literally everyone else all got just brutally attacked from, even Liv, right? Chad got sneak attack, chased down, boom, 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 boom. Obviously he survived, but like, again, all of the attacks weren't these toying, playful, like, I'm going to mess with you and mess with your head and all that stuff type of attacks, right? They were all very in and out, no nonsense. Something like that, I think you get away with one killer, right? Because again, Ghostface isn't trying to lead somebody to another area so that way that Ghostface can surprise them and take them out, right? Or somebody's toying and playing with the food too much. I think if you have that kind of approach where it's just like Scream 5's Ghostface, then sure, you could do that. I personally would like, 2 or 3, I think somewhere in that range. If they go the cult route, which I do think they're going to, my biggest concern is too many cooks in the kitchen, right? You don't want to have, like, having 7, 8, 9 Ghostface, you start going like, it's a little excessive here, right? But I do think, like I said, you could do something where you have one Ghostface reveal, one killer reveal. Like that could be something interesting. That could be something kind of fun. And then from there, you kind of, have the reveal that like, this is only the beginning. There's so many more type thing. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion and I pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of one killer? Do you like the idea of kind of one big grand reveal? And then we find out that there's a bunch of killers that were involved and did help. And that's what happened. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. If you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.